Decentral Gamer Podcast, episode number 8, with at P2E Poker, otherwise known as the Ice Poker God. All hail the Ice Poker God. What's up, my man? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. And just so you know, so it's P2E poker. Like,
Yeah. Yep. I think we have you tagged. I may have said it wrong, but at P2E Poker. Cool, man. Well, hey, appreciate you coming on the show today. Would love to understand a little bit more about your story, how you really got into crypto, poker, and the whole DG ecosystem.
yeah, fun. It should be good. I was reading a little bit about your background too, and I kind of have some questions for you. Kind of want to get to know you. But
Sure.
yeah, looking forward to talking. Appreciate you inviting me on here. So, what do we want to talk
Absolutely.
about first?
Yeah, your story of how, give us some background. How did you get to this place that you are in now?
Okay, so I found out about Decentraland Games. Um, I think in December, honestly, something like that. Out about the project, I just got obsessed with it. Like, it was pretty much everything I already enjoyed doing: gambling, poker, crypto, and it was all in one. And founder seemed like a pretty cool dude, so that's kind of how I got started. Been obsessed with it ever since.
And so how did you really get into crypto in the first place? Like, what was your journey to learning about it, figuring out about it, and then becoming a part of the greater crypto community?
Yeah. So I'm not like a super early investor or anything into crypto. I was fortunate enough back when I was younger, I bought a piece of real estate and then I was able to sell that real estate. So once I had some capital to kind of play with, that's when I took a look at, okay, what are some good investments, and crypto just seemed like a good one. That's kind of how I started diving into it. Um, I mean, like, we all know that younger person, the whole financial system is just screwed right now. So obviously, there's got to be some alternatives that we can go to, but that's pretty much how I got into it.
And what time frame was that roughly where you first decided that you wanted to get into crypto?
So like probably late 2019, early 2020. That's when I had started putting kind of like.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you actually got in the bear market then, in the grand crypto winter that I think will go down in history. And how did that actually come on your radar? Like, most people get in during a bull run just because of all the hype, but you got in literally in the crypto winter. Like, what was the thing that really caught your attention? Like, how did it even get on your radar in the first place?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. I do so many drugs and drink that I kind of forget some of this stuff, right? But I mean, like, so I was in stocks, okay, right? So I was in stocks, did a lot of like gambling, and we can kind of go into more of my background too if you want. But and then, like, I don't know, man. It's just like I was looking at, I don't know, like all the Bitcoin maxis back when that was big, then like Ethereum that I knew about. Um, and it's just like this seemed like a better alternative to store my money versus the stock market, honestly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
What about you?
So
When did you start?
yeah, so I actually like had a couple of entry and exit points. One of my oldest friends actually wanted to become a Bitcoin miner around 2012, and it was just so off my radar that I didn't hop on it then. Definitely wish I would have. Another buddy was using Bitcoin um, on a specific website and to buy certain things, and um, So I didn't really want to continue down that path at that point because, I wanted to, not have a couple knocks on the door that I didn't want to have. And that was probably, 2013. And so, yeah, no, I really just have had just a couple of, couple of different experiences with it, but really got, all in, probably in the 2020s, maybe a little later than that. I got first introduced to the world of less than stellar coins, and kind of saw the debauchery that was going on there, and I was like,
Yeah, we've all been there.
yeah. So then I was like, okay, I kind of seen the depths of where this can go, but let's go a little bit above board here and figure out who the people are that are really doing this the right way. So obviously on that short list, um, DG popped up, and I've been a podcaster for years and an entrepreneur for years, so it was just a pretty natural fit. And I have nothing but admiration and love for everybody on the DG team. Just absolutely incredible humans. So, how did you first? Hear about DG, and what really caught your eye with it? Because I know you said you went all in when you really first saw it, but like, how did it get on your radar, and how did you go all in? Like, what were the actions that you took once you did find out about it?
Yeah, honestly, that's a great question. So like so last summer I had looked into like purchasing some land in Decentraland, and regrettably I didn't do it. Metaverse, just because I knew it. I know it was like Sandbox and the other ones. But then I was like, I wanted to find a project where I could kind of create like a network effect. Like I didn't want to just buy like a Dogecoin or like an Ethereum or something and then just hold it and shill it to people and like that just be my part in the community. I wanted to find a smaller project, and I wanted to find something where I could like be passionate about it and then work on it every day as well, because I think that's a huge network effect, like putting your own work into it. So when I found one where I could be degenerate all day and still earn money, I was like, this is for me. This is the one. I had I like classic cars. That's kind of part of my background too. I had a BMW E30, and I sold it. I actually sold it to a dude in California, took all the cash, and then that's how I started buying my wearables.
So that is awesome. I love that. And I want to give a quick shout out to the folks in chat. Especially I want to make sure I pronounce right. I'll just stick with TB. Thanks for the love. Appreciate you. Love when you are on these interviews with me. And what up, Austin? Yeah, so that's awesome. So so you got in, you saw what was going on, and you're like, all right, I can go full degen all the time. Let's rock and roll.
Oh, it's
Um,
perfect. Yeah, I just be myself, honestly. And like, honestly, I can't be myself around like, family or like professional. And this is the place where, like, I mean, crypto, number one, I heard you talk about this in a different podcast, how you can stay anonymous for the most part, but you can be an anonymous
mhm.
DJ. That's, that's unthinkable. There's so many opportunities that can't even wrap my head around everything.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I think that's actually one of the biggest reasons why we've seen this explosion of people that are able to just let it all out in a way that they never have before. I mean, if there are a lot of people that are totally degen.
Well, yeah. And like most of the time, yeah. Oh, totally. And like the thing is, like before, like the way I could be a DJ was at the casino. And
Mhm.
like, I don't know about you guys, but like when I've been to the casino recently, my casino experience has just been ruined. Like they have the plexiglass up now, the masks and everything, and it's just like I can't interact with anyone. So like that part sucks. But then also like the casino has taken a lot of money from me. Yes, I've taken a lot of money. Tired of like being broke, going to the casino, trying to make money, and then leaving even more broke. So that's another thing that I love about DG is like the players actually get the upside, and the big institutions, like as we're seeing in all over the industry, they like are not going to take advantage of us any longer.
That's right. I love that. So let's talk a little bit about your strat of how you played the game of you CDG, and I believe you purchased a wearable, you started playing, and then now you've moved more towards you want to empower other players and run your own guild. But walk us through kind of that chronology of getting your first wearable, and then what happened from there.
Yeah, so okay, so I had never bought an NFT. I was like looking for one to buy, never bought one. And then when I seen that, like I found DG, and I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm buying them. This is what I'm doing. Like I got my cigar for like 0.8 Ethereum on OpenSea, and then I got like the smoking jacket, smoking blazer as well. Just aped in, just bought them on OpenSea. Started playing with them. I'm like, man, this is sweet. I have a bunch of questions. Like, I just want to like kind of talk about this, but felt like it'd be kind of weird on my Twitter channel, like just the normal one. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just make a different one. We'll just kind of do some shit posting, kind of ask people about their strategies, just kind of I'm in this whole movement almost now, so it's pretty awesome.
I love that. I love that. I feel like so many people, they don't realize like the freedom of having an alt, because if you do it right and you really don't tie it to yourself. By the way, don't link up your real phone or like create a new email, like go totally alt if you really want to experience it. But like having that freedom to just be able to totally like say what you want and be yourself without having to worry about what people think about like the you, it is very freeing. And I think this is one of the most important parts of what makes the metaverse such a beautiful thing, is that we can take whatever shape or form we want to take and be ourselves and not have to be ourselves.
Oh, that couldn't have said it better myself, honestly. And like people are more real, like they're more genuine, and like they're more honest too, like because they have nothing to really see in it, and like people resonate with that. I think people really enjoy like just being able to talk to authentic people. And to be honest with you, like some of my closest friends now are like the people I work with every day, the people that I enjoy talking to. I have no idea who they really are.
That's amazing. What an amazing concept. So okay, I want to keep getting the story. I want to get the full story here on when you started to get into DG. You get your wearable, you aped in. It seems like you got a couple of them. Then were you playing every day, and do you still play every day?
Oh yeah, good question. So at first, yeah, I was definitely playing every day, trying to maximize the earnings. I just wanted to get a feel for the project and everything. Then so I got 2, and I was gonna like my plan was just to get like 5, go the whole diamond hands route, and then just play and earn a lot. But then I started realizing the whole strategy with like the XP, right? Because like if you delegate it out, you potentially get more. So then that's when the real strategy games come in. So then I started delegating them out. Then I like was enjoying shit posting and just making memes and kind of having fun with it. So then I delegated most of them out. I'll usually keep like my cigar or something to play with. But it's great because like I went on vacation last week, went to the beach for a week, and I just delegated everything out the whole week. And I swapped a little ice for USD. Been on vacation. I was like, man, thank you DG for the.
I love that. I love that. So now is your strat where you just want to keep accumulating wearables and getting, minting if you can, buying if you have to, and to just kind of build your stack of wearables and then build like a mega guild, or like what's your plan? What's your strat?
Yeah, well, every good general in war, like you don't want to release all your strategies. Can't be telling everything, right? I mean, I think the play for DG is just try to get as invested into the network as you can overall. I think my list. I want to own 100K at DG so I can make proposals. Like I think that's huge because I really feel like I'd be a part of the team. I think that's everyone's aspiration should be if they really do care about this project. Yeah, like so I'm really eyeing these competitions because I'm a very competitive person myself, and so I think we could have some good players. So looking forward to just talking trash with some of the other whales on like just the tournaments and everything. But that's what's amazing about this, and like the amazing how fast our technology is changing is like every day is going to be different. So you might have one strategy now, but like a week from now, it might be completely different. So I'm just staying up to date on everything, like talking to all the smart people in the community that know what's going on, and then trying to plan the best way I can.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Love the idea of getting more involved in governance, because as we're participating in this network, in this project, in this ecosystem, I think over time what you see is as people get more and more and more involved, then we naturally drift towards governance and wanting to be a more important part of this ecosystem, and have a voice and have our voice be heard. And I think that's an interesting journey that you've been on of like, okay, I just want to degen. All right, now I'm starting to get some earn skis. Okay, now I want to get more earn skis, more NFTs, more wearables, and take a vacay here or there. But then now your focus, it seems like, is on becoming more involved with governance, and really just being more of a part of the community. Do you think that's a natural progression, or do you think that's kind of unique to you and just given who you are as a person, what you drifted towards?
Yeah, I think everything's going to be different, but that's like it's not like there's one way. I mean, so they've set it up so you can get delegated and then buy your own wearable and then own it and then buy some DG and everything. But like this is an economy. This is like the casinos, like when Las Vegas first started, but it's flipped around. So instead of like the mafia or whoever it was that has complete ownership of this is flipped around where like we have ownership, like we earn money, like we can buy equity, we can make changes. So like there's I've seen some Twitter accounts where people are helping like wearable owners find good players and like verifying they're legit and not multi accounting, things like that. So like you can literally earn ice like from like to you if you help them like have better returns, or you connect them with better players. So I see people do that. I mean, like there's just so many different things that you could do where you're not necessarily just playing the poker, like, or you're not necessarily just buying the wearable. Progresses, there's going to be more opportunity like that. So it's going to be great because we'll hopefully attract like different talented people that are talented at different things, and then still give them an opportunity to earn. I mean, even now, like if someone were to make a fire like ice poker meme, like I will send you some ice for it. Like no problem. Like that, because that's just gonna pump my own bags. Like it's helping the community. Everyone gets a laugh out. It gets a share, and then we'll have people that have never played before that'll see the meme and then ask questions, and then they're an investor too. I mean, that's how this works.
I love that. I freaking love that. I think this is such an important part of our whole ecosystem, is exactly what you just said. Like people are going to be able to come in and they're going to be able to build. I mean, not going to be able to, like, this is real in real time right now, even as of the streaming of this. we're Feb 28, 2022. There are now services and other, like, you can provide within the DG ecosystem, and there are so many ways to go about carving out your own piece of the ecosystem and to become, like, make a name for yourself and to get some earnings for yourself. And just like you were saying, I mean, you may be a dope meme dealer, and so, all right, well, that could be your freaking profession, because whales may think it's funny to, like, support meme builders, and then you focus on DG memes, and bam, like, that could be your own meme building project or something like that. But the idea of it becomes an ecosystem in and of itself, and there are not any limitations on how you can actually participate in that, that is a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, and so another one, like, this is just real simple, but, like, to me, this is a no-brainer to stream and, you have the computer or whatever. If you're already sitting down and playing ice poker and, like, you're earning that way, you could literally just, like, create a Twitch or YouTube or whatever and stream it, and then, eventually you'll be able to get some monetization from the stream, but, like, it's not like it's any extra time really, you just set it up, and then that also is gonna raise awareness for the community too. So there's tons and tons of things, and I think Miles is doing a great job of, like, adding guild manager role. That seems like it's fast approaching. I've already seen some hires for that, but, like, people are literally getting hired as a manager, and in this project, and, like, so, like, you might not even know how to play poker, but if you can manage people, if you can find good talent, like, that could be a very good source of income for you.
I love that. So for folks who are just getting into we were talking about it a little bit, but for those that are just getting into the ecosystem now, what would you say is kind of like step one in order to integrate yourself, like become a part of it, start earning, start your own career and journey and path within the DG ecosystem? Like, how would you advise people to really get it going in the beginning? Like, if you're starting right now, what do you do? What are the steps that you should take?
Yeah, I love this question. And this is great because, like, someone could literally go where they have a laptop and nothing else, and they could build an entire empire for themselves. And so, like, the steps that I would recommend they would take is, number one, money whatsoever. If you don't have much, I would get delegated first, okay? And, like, you can't just be like everyone else. It's just like anything else. I get, no joke, I get probably between 50 and 100 requests a day for people that want to be delegated, and I see the same messages. Like, I seen one kid, he made a meme about, like, I don't know, I think it was like putting gas in his Ferrari or something if he can get delegated right away. So don't be like everyone else. Just be just do something creative. Do something that benefits the project. Because if you do that and you make friends and you talk to people like Jared or Beanon or, like, anyone out there, like, they will be nice and they will either be able to delegate you or they will know somebody that can. Like, just in, like, my Discord, I started a Discord for this, and I've got over 100 owners that are all verified, that they sent us screenshots at least, connected into that community, and you do a good job and you're honest. Like, it's gonna be very easy to get delegated. And then once you get delegated, it's just execution. You just execute, you save your ice, you get a mint, and then once you get a mint and you get your wearable, that's freedom. That's basically, you can control your schedule, you can delegate it out. It's like passive income you can earn for the rest of your life. And then I was like, one of my first delegates, he did that. Like, he was just really nice and very respectable. Always checked in, saved up his ice, and he just minted not too long. He's absolutely killing the game. That's what I would recommend, is just, like, be authentic and don't do what everyone else is doing. Because, like, that's only going to help the community too. If we have all these people that are, like, I mean, honestly, like anyone to me that makes a fire meme, like I will delegate you at least one time if you do that.
You heard it here first, folks. I love how Austin, and Austin, you're a regular commenter, so shout out to you, pal. But Austin said, "Yep, he's my delegate now." After that meme, no joke about the gas in the Ferrari. So we,
I tell you, it's real. It's real life.
But that's amazing. Okay, so what I'm hearing is, don't just be a freaking copy paste bot and like just say what everybody else is saying and just spam that 800 times a day. Like, be a human, go do something unique to get noticed, like make a fire meme or just send like a really thoughtful message or something, or just communicate in the, in the Discord or on Twitter or something, and get yourself noticed, and then build relationships, and through those relationships you can get a delegation, and from there you can then start playing, start saving. You save up enough, next mint comes, you pop you pop off on the mint day, you get there on time, you set your little alarm clock, you don't be late, and then you get your wearable, and then from there, now you have freedom, because you can really take back life into your own hands from there. Did I hear that right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, just be authentic, be yourself, and dude, it's weird, man, because like even with these profile pictures, you can still get a vibe on a person. Like you can still like I have some people that message me, and I'm just like, I don't know why, but I think you're creepy. Like I don't know what it is, but just like you gotta have positive vibes going. Like don't have some like weird demonic like creepy profile picture that's, or like don't take an ape and screenshot it. You probably don't have an ape. That's probably the guess. So then the honesty thing comes into play after that. So yeah, it's crazy what you can do if you do yourself and be just just try to be positive.
do we need to have a tool where it will scan and analyze your PFP, and it will it will give you a creepiness rating, and to help predict whether people will reply to you based on your PFP or not? It sounds like it's a real issue.
That'd be genius. No, well, and the other one I'm seeing a lot in this community is like the guys are putting like pictures of their kids on their profile picture, which that's great. Like if you got a kid, that's awesome. But then they're like tweeting at me, and I'm an R-rated like account. I like to ham it up a little bit. So it'll be like me just like talking about like getting absolutely wasted on a Saturday night or something. And then there's some guy that comments and he's just got his kid's profile. I'm like, this doesn't seem right.
You can't mix boats and hoes with wholesome family fun. It just, it gets a little,
exactly.
It gets a little fuzzy along that line. So
did you see that one family though? Like the posted a picture where it was like the dad and then the mom and then like 2 or 3 kids all at the laptop on mint day, and I think they got a couple mints in the whole family. Did you see that one?
No, that's awesome. I love that. I gotta go find that. Find that. That's amazing.
We did a little remake of it on. I can send it to you too. We did the little Photoshop. But I think that's cool, man. Like the wife, she looked like she was not too happy. Like she didn't have the happiest face on. But that's cool that the whole family's involved.
Yeah, family fun activities. So we have this. I just want to keep giving shout outs to the chat, because
shout out to the
awesome. Shout out to the chat. Cameron here just popped in, and Cameron was asking, in addition to your own Discord, are there any Discord groups you can recommend someone that is just starting out, to really get more involved with the community?
Yeah, definitely. Well, so DG obviously started the Decentraland Games Discord. That's where you get all the latest news. DG has gotten very big. They're very effective at what they do, but they're big. So if you want to really get integrated in the community, sometimes some of these smaller like grassroots Discords are kind of fun to get into as well. Off the top of my head, there's one that's so it's Be Known is his name. Actually, it looks like I had the time, I would literally just probably knock it off because it's so good. But he does it where I think something like, so you have like a week trial period, and then all these wearable owners they volunteer their wearables for the trial period, and then if you do good on that, then you get like full-time employment basically. So I would try to connect with him or a Discord like that if you're looking for delegation.
Love that. That's incredible. I love the boot camp style. You know, we've had a couple of guests on the pod thus far that have run their own boot camps or actually managers for boot camps, and it seems like that's a really effective way to kind of weed out the weaker links and really empower the people who are willing to put in the time and effort to like really make the most of a delegation. So I'm kind of curious, what is your, if you have, you know, any sort of vetting mechanism? Obviously they have to not be ultra creepy on their PFP, can't be given dark vibes there. But you know, if they pass that initial you know, that initial screen, once you've decided like, okay, I'm willing to give you a potential shot, like, do you have a training program? How do you really vet these folks before you delegate to them and let them go and play?
Yeah, so that's kind of the $1,000,000 question, honestly. So I think to be honest with you, I was gonna tackle this problem, but it was just too big of a problem for me to tackle. So I know they're gonna have the wallet history soon, so you can just like very easily just see a player's stats.
Mm-hmm.
But way is like I created 2 channels, like a vouched player channel and then also a cigar lounge. So like the cigar lounge, if you're active, if you provided good memes, like if you're part of the community, you know, if someone like a previous wearable owner recommends you, then we give you cigar lounge access. And from there you just kind of hang out in the Discord, and all the registered delegators have that. So then, you know, they'll just post if they need one, and then if you're active in the cigar lounge, you'll see, oh, you know, someone needs that way. And then the vouch channel, that's more, you know, if we have players that are good, they've been good, and owners are vouching for them, then we'll put them in there. But even that, I mean, like any system you create, there's always going to be those people that figure out a way to get around it. So I've just tried to open up channels where people can communicate and we help them the best we can. But at the end of the day, you just got to, you know, you got to vet your own players and just see how things go. It's kind of how it is right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It seems like kind of the consensus here is you have some sort of vetting mechanism, but then at the end of the day, like, you just got to throw these folks in, you know, just throw them in the fire and, you know, see if they melt or not, and just try to see how they do. How long? So like, okay, let's say they've gotten to the point where you vetted them some reasonable degree and you're ready to delegate, and they start playing. How do you then evaluate their performance there? Like, do you have certain benchmarks of like, okay, I need you to show up every day. If you miss 2 days, we have a talk. 3 days, you're out, sort of thing? Or like, what do you look for once you've actually made that delegation to either decide to keep somebody on or to go a different direction?
Yeah, that's another good question. So here's my goal on this, and I would recommend to all wearable owners that are listening to this right now that, like, guys, we are trying to escape the corporate trap. Like, the reason you're in crypto right now is not to show up to your 9 to 5 job, vacation a year. Like, that's not why we're doing this. We're doing this to get like effing rich, you know? So like, I don't know. For me, it's kind of a case by case basis. Like, if I really like you and you have an off day or something, that's fine. Like, if you need a day off, just let me know. I really like you want to hit your challenges. Like, if you're not hitting your challenges, it shows you're either not putting the time in or you're not putting the effort in most of the time. Even then, like, I have some of my best players that are like, hey, I played for like 10 hours today, just couldn't get a full house. I think too, like, if they help me like with the Discord, or if they help me make memes, then I'm a little bit more lenient too. So, but that's what's great about these wearables is like, so it generates an income for you. So if you want to like take that income and reinvest it into wearables, you can, or if you want to take it into building whatever, you can. And then like if you have people that can help you with other projects and they need money, you just be like, hey, look, help me with this, and I'll delegate you. So there's there's all sorts of partnerships that can form.
Oh, that's interesting. So if they do something that's valuable, like maybe they're a community mod also, or they do some sort of marketing or something else, any myriad of services, then it seems like you'll almost do a trade where you'll work with them, and then that kind of is a shoe in for them to get the delegation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the more active they are and the more they participate, like the more likely I am to give them one.
Oh, that's cool.
And then because like what that does, it just pumps our own bags. Like the more we're just gonna pump our own bags, so we all win. So this is a team effort. So that's why whenever I see anyone from like the ice poker community like arguing or like be Twitter or something, I'm like, guys, we're literally just shooting ourselves in the foot when we do that. Like we're banding together to get like effing rich.
That's right. That's right. I love that. So I want to talk a little bit about mindset, because I think that's what we're kind of drifting towards here. Um, I think a lot of people have that mindset that you have of like, we're here to get rich, we're here to build wealth. Like we don't at all want to be freaking chained to some, legacy like corporate job, just um filing spreadsheets all day, 9 to 5, like have no freedom. But at the same time, some people are just not there yet. Like they definitely have to grind it out. Like what sort of mindset do you take as far as like, okay, I'm trying to get wealthy, I'm trying to get rich, I'm trying to explore opportunity and find the best path. Like what sort of mindset do you try to take that you think would be helpful to people who are not quite at your level yet?
Yeah, okay, definitely. And just to note, I'm like nowhere near where I want to be. So I'm just like everyone else because I'm not anywhere near my goals. Um, but so as far as mindset and being the true degen that I am, and I mean, so like, okay, I like parents kicked me out of the house. I was 18, went to college. I was 19. Basically, from there, turned into kind of the college drug dealer. Uh, Made friends with this guy that was in the cartel. He was my roommate. We got a townhouse. We threw parties. Um, we like it was a fast life. It was a very fast life, and I always wanted nice things. Didn't then something happened where that kind of went away from me. Thankfully, I got very lucky. Up doing a couple years in the slammer. But from there, I was still in college, and then got connected with like exotic car auction company that would travel around the world and sell classic and exotic cars at auction. So kind of transitioned from the life that I probably shouldn't have been living into a more legitimate life, if that makes sense. And so the crazy thing about that was, so each auction, most of the, so like I've been to casinos in Connecticut, like Mohegan Sun, and then I've been to casinos in like Las Vegas, like Mandalay Bay. And each time we would do these auctions, we'd be at the casinos for about 3 to 4 weeks at a time. So I would literally be staying in a casino and every night have free time and nothing to do and some cash in my pockets. So of course, had to first I started with blackjack, but then I got really into Texas Hold'em. And yeah, so it was kind of cool to see like the casino background. But I say for those, like if you're in the corporate chains, and I haven't fully escaped them yet myself, but like just take every energy that you have, any type of income that you have, any type of extra spare time that you have, and like don't buy things. Like don't buy things to impress people. Don't buy like new Gucci slides or like whatever. Like take all that energy and all that the time that you spent to get that money and like put that into purchasing your freedom. Because time's limited and thing. So that's what I would say is just like grind as hard as you can until you can purchase your freedom. And buying a wearable is a very good way to do that.
I love that. Dude, you're literally so degen. I love it. That was an awesome story. Thank you for sharing that. And that's just amazing that after all those things, seems like you've hustled a lot, and now you found DG, and now like all that hustling, like you can really like put that, you can like channel that in a way that it seems like it seems like it makes so much sense that like of course DG would be like an amazing spot for you to be, especially as you know the ice poker god Anon, or the I feel like you're creating a meme in and of itself, but like yeah, that makes so much sense. And I love also what you said about like don't buy things that are not going to have some sort of ROI in the form of helping you get closer to freedom. Because a lot of times, like let's say you want to buy a boat or something, like you may put all that cash into a boat, but then 10% of that purchase price you're going to have to pay to upkeep that boat, and then it takes time and stuff like that. Like instead maybe put that towards, something that can generate more income, or give purchase back your time or your freedom, like get an assistant, or pay somebody to help you do stuff, like offload tasks to get back your freedom. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Where do you think you developed that sort of mindset of like, it almost seems like a reinvestment mindset, but like reinvest for freedom? Like where did you get that mindset from?
Yeah, good question, man. I mean, like, that's a good one. Where did I get the mindset? Like, I just got pissed off, honestly. Like, I just like so pissed off that like I feel like they just funnel you into like a school and like they strap you down with this debt, and then now they're printing all this money on us. So our wages are still the same, but like the money is not worth nearly as much. And then they just send ads to buy these things to be cool, but you're broke anyways. So it just pissed me off, and I just didn't like. I don't want to have like a regular, like just spend all my life in an office. So that's kind of like my motivation. And like so, or any type of corporate role, you can work your ass off, and like you can be very talented, do everything right, but like if you're not politically correct with how you act, or if like let's say like your company gets bought out or a merger or something happens, um like they'll change your pay structure. Like they have no problem doing that. So if you instead of investing your time in someone that doesn't give a crap about you, that like literally you die and they'll replace your kind of like get invested in like a decentralized project where there's nobody that's gonna like pull the plug on you, or nobody is gonna change your pay. Like if you produce and you bring things to the table, and like you buy equity and you add a network effect, then like that's gonna get paid off like tenfold versus any type of like salary or like hourly job, in my opinion.
I love that. It's almost like taking back control by participating where there's no need for control, like in a more decentralized way, like where we can have true ownership of things, and we're not like we're taking on more responsibility, because like we're all in this together, and we're only gonna continue to succeed as long as we all do stick together, and we all grow the network together, and like we take advantage of the network effects together and build it. So it does then give us a greater sense of responsibility, because if we mess up, it's on us. But that comes with a much greater reward of, okay, well, when we succeed together, then we really, really succeed.
Oh yeah. And to be honest, no, for sure. And to be honest with you, like if we're going down, I would rather go down with like founder like Miles and like Ryan and like you and like everyone else participating versus like some people I do not give a crap about. Like that's another thing I love about this project is like there's a lot of cool people involved in this project. I think there's a lot that haven't shown themselves fully like publicly yet too. But like we got a pretty good squad going, I think.
Absolutely. We have the best squad. So I want to Ice Poker God, I know you're busy with all of your constituents and your guild and your meme your memeing and all that stuff. So I want to thank you for coming on today. I think this has been so packed with alpha and we've been having a lot of fun. I really want to make sure we don't really overload it too much in this episode. I think this has been awesome. Would love to have you back on the show as well at a later time too, and really keep the conversation going here. But yeah, I would really encourage everybody to like go back and listen to this one again. Like really wrap your head around what sort of mindset you want to have as a decentral gamer, as a somebody who's in the crypto space with us, in the Web3 space, blockchain, crypto gaming, and really like if you're having some issues, like I would suggest checking your mindset first, because a lot of times you can find some weaknesses there, some places where you can improve on your mindset, and then it'll change your surroundings once you kind of fix what's going on in your own mind. But yeah, man, I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It's been a blast. And I would say too, just a final note, like everyone, like take a break from the computer every once in a while. Like go out, get some sun, exercise. Like because we want everyone like fresh and like aesthetic and like feeling good. So you gotta remember those breaks too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And actually, one last question for you. And I know you just did it a little bit, but I want to ask for a little bit more. But what's one piece of alpha? Could be life alpha, financial alpha, but what's one piece of alpha you want to leave us with here?
One piece of alpha. I'd say this is my piece of alpha. Ape everything that you possibly can into DG, into ice wearables. I think if you do that, you're gonna be okay. Not financial advice.
Got to end it with that. Now, financial advice. Yeah, of course. Love that. Absolutely. I mean, obviously, we're all super biased because we love DG, but there's a reason why so many people are so passionate about it. So many people continue to earn, continue to make, and are literally changing their lives with it. So, I think the proofs in the people, proofs in the community, and in the results. So, anyways, Ice Poker God, want to thank you so much at P2E Poker on Twitter, the wonderful crypto Twitter. See you out there on the tables, my man, or some of your delegates. But want to thank you again for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ben. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate you.
You're the man. Talk soon.